So, everyone, please mute your phones and let's dig right in and get it going.
EHB Services LLC for all of your financial needs. We are a licensed brokerage with years of experience in the financial industry. Let's discuss your financial DNA. Saving for college, planning for your retirement, preparing for milestone birthdays, and significant investments such as house, car, or boat. Call Gene at 855 411 0424. You can also follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome to our show. We have tonight a very packed schedule. We have a very packed schedule, a lot of information to share. I hope everyone have their pen and papers ready so we can jump in and get it. It's our first day of the business year of 2024, and being the second day of the year and the first business day, I decided to change the image of the show a little bit and put a couple of things in place for us um, with the show, with regards to the show. So I need everyone to take notes, think about the year in advance, and know what they're doing on what. One second, guys. I have my engineer on the phone telling me that we're experiencing some problems. No, you. All right. So, okay, we have CNW Radio with us tonight. Seems like we're experiencing some technical difficulties, so ask everyone to um, bear some patience as we try to get it up and running. My engineer is working in feverishly to get this up and running for us. So, no. I'm there. Well, uh, okay, cool. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm sorry for the delay. We had a little technical difficulty that we just had to overcome. So now we're going to get right into our show and we're going to dig in, get our sleeves dirty, and make it work for us. So, um, without further ado, we'll just jump into it. Um, everyone know that I take great pleasure in the financial industry and what's happening out there in the world. Um, it's very important that we know what is happening and what is going on around us and what people are seeing in front of their faces on a daily basis. But I tend to go outside the box. I believe in financial independence, and with financial independence comes financial education. And that's why we here. And every Tuesday night we're here doing this, talking about business and finance. So tonight, most of the show is going to be surrounding the 10 things that poor people, people that are not rich, people that don't have funds readily available to them, um, what they do, the mistakes that they make. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is that people that who struggle financially might waste money and due and that is due to the lack of financial education. Okay, and that's why I do the show every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, because I'm passionate about it. And I think people should understand and know the value of money and the consequences of their actions. Now, some of us think that we're doing it right because our parents did it, or our foreparents did it, or this is the way we were taught. And we feel that that's the only way and the right way. I got good news and bad news for you. And that is very simple. The good news is, how do you navigate? How do you navigate through life? One of the things that you can look at is avoiding debt from depreciating assets. Okay? Don't save the money that's left over, but spend what is left after you save. So what you do is pay yourself first. Okay? And in 2024, I choose these topics because they're very, very important and nearest and dearest to me. Okay? I would like to emphasize, and I've been emphasizing for the past year or so, regarding the importance of saving first and avoiding debt, especially on items that lose value over time. Items that lose value over time. Okay? Now, the whole formula that you can get, years in future formula that you can pull up on the internet. We all have access to the internet. Google, our confidential secretary, that you can go through, look at this. But formula, it's a very simple formula that I would like everyone to pay attention to be very mindful of, is future value of money. Future value of money, it's equal to present value of money. Present value of money. Then there's interest rate. I have a colleague of mine or associate of mine and a client of mine that we had a conversation over the Christmas holiday, where people are not paying much attention to interest rate. They're doing emotional buying, emotional shopping, emotional decisions without thinking about future. Which brings me to the next line item, is the number of compounding periods per year. What is the number of compounding periods per year? What does it mean to you? What is the number of years it's going to take you to make back your money, to get back what you already put out? These are things that we have to take into consideration when we spend money, when we engage in spending. So we need to be focused on that. Okay. Number two is frivolous spending. We have to think about frivolous spending. What is frivolous spending? If you buy things you don't need, soon you will have to sell things you need. This speaks to the danger of impulsive or unnecessary purchases. Now, I have an associate of mine that would tell you that they buy things when they see it on sale. The question is, did you buy what you need or you buy what you want? Or you buy just because it's on sale? Okay? Frivolous spending. Every time you think about frivolous spending, why don't you think about saving that money? Do you really need it? Did you ask yourself the $1,000,000 question? Do I need it? Should I have it? Must I have it? These are important aspects of life that we need to look into in our day to day spending. High interest rate debt. Warren Buffett advised against expensive debt. You have to pay off your high interest rate credit cards or loans. They can significantly drain your financial resources because you're no longer in control to save. You're no longer in control to have excess money because you have to pay these high interest rates. So you got to be very careful in your spending. And it's so important. Okay? Now, there's a lot of people that depend on single income. Single income. It is so bad, it's so dangerous because they're neglecting to do investments. You have to do investments. You have to invest some of your money. You have to make your money work for you. Never depend on a single income. Invest to create a second source of income. Buffett stresses the importance of investing to build wealth and not just relying on income. Not just relying on income. So, for those of you who hear me for the first time, might say to me, well, what is he talking about? So, let me help you with what I'm talking about. The middle class money habits keep you in the rat race. It avoids you from the ability to build wealth. Okay? So why don't you escape the middle class money habits? The middle class often serve a society of foundation, contributing significantly to the economy, health, and but yet, due to the unfavorable money habits, many middle class individuals find building wealth and securing financial stability challenging. Okay? The article emphasized recognizing and overcoming these habits to obtain financial success will provide an overview of prevalent middle class money habits. So, what is a prevalent middle class money habit? That habit is simple: overspending on unnecessary items. Overspending on unnecessary items. If you're going to buy it and put in the closet, you don't need it. If you're going to buy it and have it as an ornament, you didn't need it in the first place. Middle class individuals frequently spend on non essential items, such as largest gadgets. I have a very good friend of mine, I wouldn't call his name. He loved to have the latest phone and tablet and that kind of stuff. But on the other hand, I would get a call, lend me $100, lend me $150. But he has the latest phone. What was it? 15, 18, whatever the iPhone is. He just got it in November. But, for Thanksgiving, he was short to give his family a proper meal or a decent meal. Designer clothing. Look at designer clothing. Frequent dining out. Ladies and gentlemen, I know, we have nice taste buds. We want to go out and eat differently. But these things prevent you from saving and or your investment in the future because you're spending the money on unimportant and unnecessary things. The middle class money habits are dangerous, and many of us don't even realize we're living in the middle class. We are middle class people. Many of us don't realize it. We're living paycheck to paycheck. Numerous middle class people fail to establish an emergency fund. They live paycheck to paycheck and they remain vulnerable to financial setbacks and unable to progress towards financial goals. I didn't say. News Trader is sharing this information. This is data that was gathered across the country of the United States of America. What about the big one? Everyone on this call, I am sure, without any question, at some point in time in their life, fall into this particular line item, relying on debt to maintain a lifestyle, using credit cards or loan, using credit cards and loans to fund unsustainable lifestyles, leading to high interest rate, high debt accumulation that becomes difficult to resolve. We all been there. We all have to learn from it. And this is what I do on Let's Learn Money. Tonight, I didn't have a guest tonight for more reasons than one, because I want to speak to the hearts of my audience. I want my audience to look me in the eye and make a commitment to take control of the financial situation for 2024 and be able to be sensible about it and use these things to their advantage to fix the problems that they face financially. Insufficient investing or savings. Well, what do he mean by that? Well, it's very simple. How many of you have a IUL life insurance policy, Index Universal Life Insurance Policy? How many of you have children, grandchildren you want to see to go to college, want to have a better life than you had? What provisions are you making in life for that child or children? Where are you financially? Are you putting away $5 per month towards that? Have you sit with me or a financial advisor like myself to understand what $5 per month can put, where it can put that child in 20 years, in 15 years? When that child have its 16th birthday, where is the money coming from? We are all getting older. Inflation, things are high. What are we doing financially for our offspring or our loin? A lack of emphasis on long-term financial planning. A lack of emphasis on long-term financial planning often result in inadequate savings and investment, hindering wealth and growth over time. Hindering wealth and growth over time. We're middle class. We got a job. We averaging 50, 60,000, $100,000 a year. But where are we financially? What are we doing with our money? Now, we have a few people on different medias on today, which is beautiful. I love it. I appreciate it. But financial education is not prioritized in a lot of our friends, families, and colleagues' life. Financial education is so important. Things change every day. Now, some people say they don't look at the news. A friend of mine upsets me every time we speak, and I talk about something current in the news. I didn't know about that. Well, how would you know? I don't look at the news. So how do you go to work? I don't listen to the news. I play music.
I understand that.
I play music. But would that be the way to live? How are you going to have financial education? It's not a priority. It limits your financial legacy. It makes it challenging for the middle class individual to make informed financial decisions because they have unfavorable money habits. Unfavorable money habits. Things are changing every day. Gone are the days when we used to have to go to a pay phone. Everybody have a mobile or a cell phone. Depends on where you are. And that's how money changes. Ignoring retirement plans. We have to look at our retirement. Many middle class individuals underestimate the importance of planning for retirement, which result in insufficient savings to maintain their desired lifestyle during their golden years. And for those of you who've been following me, know that one of the things we stress is your golden years. And if you guys were on the show last week, you would have heard me talking about the golden years, making preparation for the golden years. The lack of diversifying in investment. I cannot stress it more. Your employer has an investment plan that you're in. I agree. Where is your investment plan? What happens if something happens and there's a separation between you and the employer? Where is the financial resources coming from? Unemployment is just about a bit. What if you suffer loss in the family and you did not make the necessary investment by having a life insurance for that person? These are things that are constantly an issue in the middle class. Middle class investors may have a narrow investment portfolio, failing to diversify their assets, which increase their vulnerability to market fluctuation and potential losses. So you put a little bit over here in an IUL, you put a little bit over there in the IRA, you put a little bit over here in a Roth, you put some over here in a 401k. That's diversifying your savings. You're not losing all. It's the same money, but you're not putting all in one basket. You're putting it in different vehicles for it to work for you. We need to look at these things because they're very, very important. Someone said, well, I'm self employed. Good for you. I love it. Does that mean you're not going to retire? Oh, I work for a company that doesn't have a retirement plan. Very nice. You can create your own retirement plan. All you have to do, give me a call. Reach out to me, send me a message. And you will see the amount of avenues, skills, dispositions that people have that you can utilize to get where you need to be in your life. There's a number of places you can put money. There's a number of tax breaks. People say, I'm a 1099. I said, God, you need to be sitting with me. Because if you sit with me as a 1099 employee, then you'll pay less in taxes. Because this year, for 2024, all your contributions went up. So you can save more money and take it off your income. So you pay less to Uncle Sam. There's a number of the pieces. I owe Uncle Sam. Good. How are you getting out of that debt? Did you make a payment arrangement? Did you did a debt elimination? Did you do a negotiation to get you out that debt? Some people say Uncle Sam is a bad man. You don't want to hear. You'll be surprised to know what kind of voice Uncle Sam has. But equally so, what kind of ear he has. He has a listening ear. He will work with you. He will work it out. But all you need to do is sit with a financial advisor and get pointed in the right direction. A specialist like myself can give you pointers and direction to help you overcome your financial challenges. Emotional spending. The middle class individuals sometimes engage in emotional spending to cope with stress or seeking instant gratification. Emotional spending. I got good news and bad news. The bad news is that's lead to excessive debt and the inability to save for the future. That's the bad news. The good news is there's another way. If you put the money in a vehicle, you don't have the money to spend, you can take your stress out on something like walking in the park. Go and exercise. Get your heart rate up. Lose a couple of pounds. Look like you did when you were 16 or 13 or 18 or 21. Whatever floats your boat, whatever you thought you looked like when you were younger, when you were at your best. But emotional spending is so dangerous. Yes, I'm stressed. We all are stressed. We have different levels of stress. How do we deal with the stress? By spending. Very bad choice. Very bad choice. Go for a walk. Go to the gym. Go for a walk in the park. Go for a long walk. Clear your mind. Clear your head. See other people. Think about nothing. Just walk. Think about that hill. Think about the next corner. Think about the guy you're going to see. Think about the gal you're going to see when you go for that walk. Think about something different from the stress. Relax your mind. Walk, think. Think. If you don't want to walk, run. Why do we have to spend? Our saving power is the most efficient way for us to have money. The next and most important one is failing to negotiate and do comparison shopping. Now, some people, when they go, that had the privilege of going shopping with me or ever went shopping with me, they will say, I like to negotiate. I'm a negotiator. I like to negotiate my position because the money is better in my pocket than in anyone else's because I work for it and I know how hard I work for it. Most middle class consumers often neglect to negotiate better deals or compare prices on significant purchases. Significant purchases. You got to negotiate. Not because someone said, I want $100,000 for this car. You said, okay, I like the car. I'll give you $100,000. Oh, no. Excuse me. Always remember in negotiation, the first person that speaks lost. The first person that speaks lost. Because you know what they're thinking and you can beat them into the ground by going lower. First person loses. So you have to lead in your negotiation by taking the lead from the other person. Let them speak. Don't be so quick to voice your opinion. Let them speak. Let them sell. Let them give you what they think is the best offer, and you come back and give them a counter offer. If you don't, it leads to higher expenses and missed opportunity to save money. Higher expenses and missed opportunities to save money. Now, the middle class spending habits have some impacts. And these impacts, we don't look at it, we don't talk about it. And tonight, I want to talk about it. I want to look at it. The stagnation of wealth. Poor money habits prevent middle class individuals from accumulating wealth and achieving financial independence. Financial independence. Failing to reach your financial goals. Failing to reach your financial goals. Living paycheck to paycheck or relying on debt making, achieving long-term financial goal challenges, such as funding for higher education, enjoying a comfortable retirement, funding higher education, enjoying comfortable retirement, or paying for a home. Financial stress and anxiety goes hand in hand. Financial stress and anxiety goes hand in hand. And having poor money habits, being in the middle class and having poor money habits increases those because you're constantly in a financial struggle. And that constant financial struggle can lead to chronic stress and anxiety impacting your overall health and well-being. Your overall health and well-being. You have to take your health into consideration, my friends. You have to look at what you're doing and see how it's affecting your health, your welfare, and your well-being. I'm sure we all would like to live a long life, but we all forget one word and one word only: a long, fruitful life where we can enjoy the fruits of our labor in our golden years. Oh, the word golden years are back. We would like to enjoy the fruits of our labor in our golden years, but we have to prepare. If you fail to prepare, you must prepare to fail. Financial limitations can hinder personal and professional development, as individuals may be unable to invest in education, start a business, or pursue other opportunities. Restricted personal and professional growth opportunity because of poor financial habits. It can also limit your financial wow, your financial resilience. Most middle class people with poor money habits may lack the resilience to withstand the economic downturn or personal financial crisis. Make them more vulnerable to hardship. So you ask the question tonight: how many of you, how many people right now in 2004 is bringing over at least 25% of the 2003 paycheck in a savings? What you earn, what you earn in 2023 is now coming over into 2024 in the form of a savings at the rate of 25% of your earnings. If I was a gambling man, I would have bet, but I don't gamble. The negative impact finances will have on relationships. The negative impact. Money problems can strain a relationship, causing conflict within the family and friendship, and potentially lead to the breakdown in communication and trust. That is pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go it over one more time. Money problems can put a strain on the relationship. It can cause conflicts within your family, conflicts within your friendship, and potentially lead to a breakdown in communication and trust. 150% of the people that's hearing me would agree with that. 300%. Because they have been in some financial situation at some point in time of their life where someone let them down financially, either by communication, trust, or just a downright conflict. These bad spending habits, has a very, very significant impact on wealth transfer. Poor financial habits can make it difficult for middle class individuals to leave a financial legacy for their children, grandchildren, offsprings, their line, because of poor financial habits. Now, many of us came from a foreign country. We all foreigners, because America's built on foreigners. And I'm sure for those of us who have ambition, wouldn't want our children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, or offsprings and loins to go through what we went through in the Caribbean or overseas in third world countries. But what are we doing to correct it? We're in America. Everybody said we're in America. Land of the free, home of the brave. I agree. I agree. I couldn't agree better. What are they doing to make sure that the lesser fortunate in their family or the young ones that are coming in their family has some sort of benefit from their financial legacy? It's a question everyone should ask themselves and answer to themselves, and then go look at yourself in the mirror. The worst bad habit, the worst, and it's for me, I would tell you it's the worst bad habit. The worst there is. Now, the middle class money habit is the worst thing. And I would say it again, it's the worst. Reducing retirement readiness. Reducing retirement readiness. Insufficient savings and investments can result in unprepared retirement. Unprepared, you're not prepared for retirement at retirement age. Causing middle class individuals to rely on government support. Now, you working and living a lifestyle, and for you to get government support, you got to sell your house. You're not poor enough. You have to give up this. They got a 2-year look back. Well, where were you supposed to live in 2 years gone by? So you can't go on to the days where you could just, oh, give it to my daughter. Oh, that's house is for my son. Excuse me. The government have a 2-year look back. Well, 2 years ago, you were still working. You could still afford the mortgage. You were still living comfortably in that house that you bought. But now you don't qualify for some government subsidies because they got a 2-year look back. How many of us put our house in a trust and make our children the manager for the trust? How many of us look at our finances and think, okay, 5 years from now I'm going to retire. 10 years from now I'm retire. I'm going to have this amount of money. How much more am I going to need to live? So you don't put a financial burden on your family. I hate it. GoFundMe pages. When you die, when a loved one pass, when a loved one expire, you have to be begging people for money to bury you because you didn't do the necessaries. You didn't put money in place for your expiration or your demise. You have to continue working beyond the desirable retirement age. How many of you go to Walmart and other stores and you see people working beyond the desirable retirement age, and they didn't just come from the Caribbean, they were here for a long time? How many people go to Pathmark, ShopRite, Publix, Kroger, Winn-Dixie, all these big supermarkets across the country, and people are still working beyond the retirement age? Not because they're working part-time, because they want to work and they're bored, because they don't have enough money to meet up with their expenses. Increasing reliance on social safety net. Okay? Why people, and I have a problem with this personally. There's a number of people that can tell you about or how much they're going to get back every year from taxes when they file their taxes. There's some countries around the world, London for one, them England for one, them well, not England, the United Kingdom, because it's both Scotland, Wales, England, and Ireland make up the United Kingdom. There's no tax return. There's no tax return. When you get paid, you get paid. When they take the taxes, there's no tax return to file at the end of the year. We're spoiled in America. Land of free, home of the brave, only in America. The middle class individual with poor financial habits becomes more dependent on social safety nets as early as they are eligible. They depend on it as early as they're eligible. So if the retirement age is 60, they're ready for their pension, which places additional strain on government resources and taxpayers' dollars. Because they're living paycheck to paycheck, and the money that's coming back in a refund from the government, those who get those, okay, they know how much they're going to get and how they're going to spend it. They're going on a cruise, they're going to buy the new car, they're going to buy the fur. I know it's cold in New York and other states, Minnesota, but is it really necessary? There is nothing cheaper than, you know, $100,000 car or a $60,000 car that you can drive. It has four wheels and the engine. It takes you where it got to go with a transmission. Hope it got some brakes on it. That will work. But we go for the top of the line for what? For show. To show people we have money and we can buy. Okay? The 10th and final, that's detriment, is you compromising your quality of life. Compromising your quality of life. Financial stress and the inability to achieve desired financial goals can negatively affect middle class individuals' overall quality of life, leading to dissatisfaction and a sense of unfulfillment. It compromises your quality of life. It's a real problem because you don't feel achieved. You don't feel like you've achieved what you set out to achieve. And you don't have the financial backing that when you retire, you have what you need. So, as a strategist, the best strategy to break free from the middle class money habits I will share with you tonight. Okay? I will share with you tonight because I think that everyone for 2024 must be able to save, must be able to provide financial stability in their life, to be able to prepare for all things that can affect them financially. All things that can affect them financially. And it's simple. It's very simple. It's not asking for a lot. It's not saying you have to do a lot. It's just some simple lifestyle changes. So look at me tonight in this way. Think about it. I'm the doctor. You went to the doctor and he's telling you that you need some medication or something is wrong. Think about it that way, okay? For a moment, okay? I'm nowhere a doctor, just to let everyone know I'm not a doctor, at least not yet. I'm not a doctor, but I need everybody to think about it that way. Now we have come to identify problems in each one of our lives. We have identified the problem. We are in the middle class of America, but this is the way we're living. These are the financial struggles we're faced with. Yeah? So now we have to look at strategy. How are we going to fix it? Okay? We have to look at strategy. So, um, we have to think about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Yeah? Let's look at what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it. And the only way we can do it is by having um the only way we can do it is by having a strategy put in place. And the strategy that's going to be put in place, the strategy that's going to be put in place is going to be very simple. Okay? So we're going to take a quick short break. I can get the strategy together and pull it up, and everyone have the opportunity to have a quick wet throat as we move on. Turn the page because we're gonna go to strategy. How do we fix the bad habits of the middle class? After this message, we'll be right back.
LLC for all of your financial needs. We are a licensed brokerage with years of experience in the financial industry. Let's discuss your financial DNA. Saving for college, planning for your retirement, preparing for milestone birthdays, and significant investments such as house, car, or boat. Call Gene at 855-411-0424. You can also follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.
Okay, I'm back, everybody. You're listening to Let's Learn Money with Gene Bias. Today we're talking about the 10 things that poor people waste money on, according to Warren Buffett. Uh, it's not wrong. I think it's very important that we look at it. Um, I bring it to your attention. Some of it you know, some of it you may not know, some of it you want to know, but some of it you may know and don't know how to get out of it because we need the strategists. We need strategy in order to do so. We need to understand that there's a number of things that needs to be adjusted. We have to look at life uncertainties and trust someone like myself, a financial services specialist, to advise you, to teach you, to show you how you can save money and make better decisions, better financial decisions in your life. It's very important that you know that there's a number of avenues that are out there that's available to you that you can use and utilize to make a better life for you and your family. Every day as we go out, we do different things that can hurt us financially. We live like the middle class, we work, we want to enjoy life like the middle class. That's great. That's great. But are we preparing that financial future? Are we putting a plan in place to make our financial future beneficial to our loved ones, our offsprings? Okay, we need to look at that very carefully and be sure to know what we're doing. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is look at a strategy. We identify the problems, yeah, we identify the impact. So the doctor says you have high blood pressure, and he says, well, what we can do, yeah, he says, habits. You're eating salt, you're eating red meat, yeah, good. Now, what's the impact? With the pressure being high, you can damage your organs, your liver, your kidneys, that kind of stuff. You can bust an artery. Yeah. Good. Now we come to the other part of the visit to the doctor. Okay, we come to the part. How can we fix this? Okay, so here it is. I'll help each one of you individually to put a project plan in place to get this done. Okay, so those of you who participate in the 7 milestone of financial independence, now I'm giving you a little bit more to build on, to go with. Okay, strategy to break free from middle class money habits. Middle class money habits, bad habits of the middle class. The first thing we have to do is create and adhere to a budget. Ooh. Governments run countries with a budget. Business organizations run business with a budget. Why don't we live our life on a budget? We have to establish a realistic budget to monitor and control spending, to ensure that essential expenses are covered and our saving goals are met. We must have a savings. We're earning, We must save. It's a priority. We have to, number two, we have to prioritize savings and investment. Set clear financial goals. Set clear financial goals. Now, some people's going to say, I can't set a financial goal. I don't know. I don't know how much money to put up. It's very easy. You do money in, money out, and then you chop away at the unnecessaries. Okay? We chop away at the unnecessaries. When we chop away at the unnecessaries, um, the easy part would be that we chop away at the unnecessaries and we're able to do what's best for us. We do what is important to us. Prioritize savings and investments. Set clear financial goals. Prioritize savings and investments to achieve them early in your work years. Taking advantage on compounding returns and long-term growth. Compounding returns and long-term growth. The next thing is call me. I'm joking. Seek personal finance education. Enhance your financial literacy by seeking resources such as books, podcasts like this, online courses to make informed decision about finances. Informed decision about finances. Unless you take a business management class, you're playing it by ear. Now, in many schools, it's making it mandatory for the students before they graduate to take a financial education class. Started in Florida. Why? Because this is a real problem. We just had a pandemic. This is becoming an epidemic where middle class after middle class, generation are in the middle class and they're living the same way. Shift your mindset from consumable to fugability. Adopt a fugability lifestyle. Focus on needs rather than wants. Focus on needs rather than wants to reduce unnecessary spending and allocate resources effectively. I have a friend that says to me, if I wear a dress now and go to a party, when I take it off and I clean it, I can't wear it ever again because people saw me in it already. I have to send it to the lesser fortunate into the country that they come from. My heart hurts when I hear stuff like that. Then they should make disposable dresses, one time wear, one time use. But is a choice some people make. Consider alternative income resources. Consider alternative income resources. For those of you who got TikTok and Instagram and Snap and all that nice social media, they talk about the side hustle. Explore side hustle. explore freelance work, explore passive income stream to supplement your primary income and hasten your journey towards financial independence. It helps, it works every time. What are you doing with your time? If 24 hours in a day, you work 8 hours a day, what are you doing with the other hours in the day? And please don't tell me sleeping. Please don't tell me traveling. The next one is setting up an emergency fund. How many of us have an emergency fund? We need to establish a dedicated emergency fund for unexpected expenses. Unexpected, not planned. Things that we don't know is going to happen. You have to protect yourself from financial setbacks. How are you going to protect yourself from financial setbacks? How are you going to reduce the need to rely on high interest debt? Using your credit card to offset. To offset. How are you going to do that? When are you going to do that? So we need to look at these things. We need to think about these things. We need to figure out these things because they're very important. We have to regularly review and adjust your financial goal. It's not one size fits all. You got to review it. Constantly review it periodically. Review it. Make the necessary adjustments, tweak it. We got to periodically evaluate it. Your financial goal. Look at progress. Make the necessary adjustments. And make sure you're staying on track and you're adapting to the changes. It's a very small word, change. But it could have such catastrophic effect on our lives. Change. Not everybody is susceptible to change. Are we leveraging technology to manage our finances? Hello. How many of us are using technology to manage our finances? How many of us uses a budgeting app, an online banking tool, an investment platform to keep our finances organized? How many of us have an automated savings? How many of us are making informed financial decisions? These are the things we have to, this is the direction we need to go. We must do it in order to be successful. Now, this one is nearest and dearest to my heart. Nearest and dearest to my heart. For many reasons. For many, many reasons. Some I would share and some I don't care to share at another time. Network with like minded individuals. Like minded individuals. If the boy's talking, but and the guy needs what I understand this one, anybody, the ban of them, they're talking about either gambling, womanizing, or consuming alcohol on a regular unnecessary. You want to be with people where you can exchange ideas, learn from their experience, learn from their experiences. The people that would motivate you, would maintain and motivate you on your financial freedom journey. Not someone that's going to ask you why you take out a life insurance. No, that's not the one you want to be worried about. That's not the one you want to be around. The one you want to be around is the one that's going to teach you, help you, encourage you, connect with others who share similar financial goals. The guy and the gal that is not struggling, the guy and the gal doesn't worry about where money's coming from, or they don't worry about if something happened, they can find the money to take care of it. If the child need them, if their loved one, if a pipe bursts in their house and they don't have Sean to fix it. Those are the people we're talking about. The people that know, the know people, the people that in the financial situation where they have saved their money and they have money for emergencies. Those are the people you need to stuff with. People that's going to motivate you. Most of all, seek professional advice when needed. Give me a call. Consult with your financial advisor. Consult with an accountant or other experts to obtain guidance. We need guidance and recommendations that is tailored to your unique financial situation and objective. Don't tell me John had this problem. I don't want to know about John's problem. Compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges. John's problem is John's problem. John's problem is not our problem. Our problem may be different. I don't want to hear John's problem because John is only telling you what he wants you to know. Let's look at your problem. Let's fix your problem. Let's go for broke on your problem. Let's get the financial situation right for you. How are we going to do that? How are we going to accomplish that? It's very simple. You sit, you put your cards on the table to your financial advisor, and they in return help you navigate through your financial problems. They will help you navigate through what is important and what is not so important. I'm sure you all heard take two steps backwards to make one strong, powerful one forward. That's what we need to do. And that's part of getting rid of these bad habits that we had. Yeah, someone said, well, I can't afford. You can't afford or you won't afford. So, in conclusion, I will say to you all, liberating yourself from middle class money habits is crucial for achieving financial security and accumulating wealth. It's crucial for achieving financial security and accumulating wealth. Understanding these habits. Now, hear this. Understanding these habits. You have to understand these habits, understand their consequences, and get on the rampage. It's 2024, guys, of actively implementing changes. You have to get on the actively implementing changes. It can lead towards your financial prosperity. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's the beginning of the year. It can only be work if you work it. Overcoming these bad habits, you in short term and create a stable financial foundation supporting your future and your family well-being. Your future and your family well-being. Not mine. I'm just advising you. I'm just showing you. I'm giving you the information. I'm making you informed. Acknowledging that transformation, your financial behavior demands dedication, discipline. Patience is vital. Acknowledging that transformation, your behavior demands dedication, discipline, and patience is vital. So if you're not prepared to transform, 2025, as long as you live to see it, we'll have 2024, 2023, 2022, and so on, problems coming with it. Good luck is what you create. Bad luck is what you have to endure. Take your pick. We're all adults here. Take your pick. I can only bring the information to you. What you choose to do with it is up to you. The journey to financial success unfolds as a gradual process. It's not an overnight thing, it's a gradual process that involves learning from past mistakes, enhancing and embracing proven financial practices. Proven financial practices, which in turn will help you to improve your financial practice and maintain consistency in your financial stability efforts. Consistency across the board. As you cultivate healthier money habits, you will be equipped to manage financial challenges, capture opportunities, and make informed decisions aligned with your long-term goals. Align with your long-term goals. So I'm telling you, there is nothing on this earth that you can do better for yourself, nothing, than to find another way to combat your stress. I give you one. I'll tell you what I do. I go and I play every Saturday. I go and I play tennis 4 hours. It's my weight loss. It's my heart. It's my getting my heart rate up. It's my weight loss. I go exercise. I choose tennis. I can't walk aimlessly in the park. It doesn't work for me. I start to think. I hear the birds chirping. I start to think. What if I should have? I could have. So I go and I play tennis. Even if I'm on the court alone, I just hit the ball against the wall, or just to get it over the net. Now I go on the other side and I hit the balls over. I got about 200 balls, and then I walk on, I pick them up, and I go again, all over again. Some people say I get my swing in. Some people say I get my exercise in. You know what I say? I get my stress off. So we have to look at these things. We do have bad habits financially. 2023 was a great year. A great year for some and a terrible year for others. 2024 is a new year, a different year for many. If you apply yourself accordingly, let's leave the bad habits behind. Let us change for the future. Let's look at our financial future and start putting things in place now. Today, from this moment, the second day of January, let's start thinking big. By the way, there's a book by the name of Thinking Big. I forget the name of the author. It was given to me in 1989, 35 years ago. Okay? Let's think. Let's look ahead. Let's look at the strategy. Let's put a strategy in place. All may work, some may work, most may work, or none may work for you. You have to come up with a strategy. So you have to sit down with a strategist, someone that has the ability to be a financial advisor, the person that does your taxes, not a tax preparer, but a certified public accountant, a CPA. Think about your financial goals. Think about how you're going to reach your financial goals. Discuss them. Get pointers. Sign up for classes. There's a number of free classes. Join our program every Tuesday. We have a different topic. Let's get in. Let's learn about what's going on. So we can show people that we are making a difference in the world. We can show people that we are doing things differently for our future, for our lowing. It is very important that we make those achievements, those commitments in life. It's very important. And I can't stress this enough. I cannot stress this enough. That we need to acknowledge that transformation in our finances and our financial behavior needs to be transformed into a working process for us. Ladies and gentlemen, usually I would take questions, but tonight I got a bit carried away on time, and I'm sorry that it went the way we did. But it's very important that I bring these things to your attention, that you know what is happening. Okay, we know what we're out to get, what we will get. We need to know what we're doing. We need to be very, very au fait with what we're doing. We need to be conscious with our money in 2024, with our spending. We need to be conscious about it. So I would say to you, happy 2024. I wish you all that I wish myself for the new year. I wish you all the best. I hope you guys take me up on the offer. My number is 24 hours. That's 855-411-0424. You can email me. You can text me. You can call me. You can go on my website, ehbservice.com, ehbservice.com, and you can reach out to me. I'm here to help. I would love to help if you give me that opportunity. Bearing in mind that everyone's situation is unique. Everyone has a unique situation. No two people have the same situation. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for joining the call. I thank you guys on Facebook, on all other platforms that you may be listening to me on. And I look forward to another great episode of Let's Learn Money. This and every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Eastern, right here, same bad channel. Good night, everyone.
EHB Services LLC for all of your financial needs. We are a licensed brokerage with years of experience in the financial industry. Let's discuss your financial DNA. Saving for college, planning for your retirement, preparing for milestone birthdays, and significant investments such as house, car, or boat. Call Gene at 855-411-0424. You can also follow him on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn.